Jai Shri Mataji. Please bow down to the Shri Mataji. Raise your Kundalini and take the bandhan. Param Pujya Shri Mataji. Your Sakshat Shri Adishakti. Mother, please grant us the permission to do the meditation and meditation. And please bless us for blessing. Now please keep our right hand towards Mother Earth. Shri Mahakali Sakshat. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Mahakali Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Now please keep our right hand on our lap and left hand toward the sky. Shri Hanumanji Sakshat. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Hanumanji Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Now please keep our both the hands on our lap. Our complete attention is on central Muladhara Chakra. Param Pujya Shri Mataji. Your Sakshat Shri Nirmal Ganesha. Your Sakshat Shri Kartikeya. Mother, please remove all the badhas and the difficulties from my Muladhara Chakra. And please awaken Sri Ganesh principle within us. Mother, please awaken Sri Ganesh principle within us. Sri Ganesha Sakshat. Om Tameva Sakshat Sri Ganesha Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti Mataji Sri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Now please keep our right hand on left side of the Param Pujya Shri Mataji. Please give me pure knowledge about myself. Now, please give me pure knowledge about me. Now please keep our right hand on our central Nadi Chakra. Param Pujya Shri Mataji. Please awaken Lakshmi principle within us. Mother, please awaken Lakshmi principle within us. Now slowly rotate our right palm clockwise 7 times on our Bhusagar Chakra. Param Pujya Shri Mataji. Please awaken Guru principle within us. Mother, please make me my own master. Now please keep our right hand on left side of our heart. Param Pujya Shri Mataji. I am only pure spirit. Mother, I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not this ego. I am only pure spirit. Mother, now please keep our right hand on left side of our Maya. Om Tameva Sakshat Shri Maya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Now please keep our right hand on our forehead. Parampuja Shri Mataji, I have forgiven everyone, including myself. I have forgiven everyone. Now please keep our right hand on our Sahasrara. Slowly rotate our right palm clockwise and then forwards of now. Parampuja Shri Mataji, you are Sakshat Sri Sahasrar Kamini. You are Sakshat Sri Adishakti. Mother, please open my Kundalini. Mother, please bless us thoughtless state. Now please keep our both the hands on our lap. Our complete attention is on center of both the palms and Sahasrara. Sri Nirvicharita Sakshat. ॐ तमेव साक्षात् श्रीनिर्विचारिता साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्रीनिर्मला देवे नमो नमः
As far as God is concerned, how are we to convince them that we have got all these centers within us and that you have to achieve that realization? Then also, how are we to prove to others that you have achieved your realization? This is the question which everyone who is not yet a fully Sahajogi would feel and ask you questions, and you should have answers to it. The first and foremost question is, how do we prove that there is God? Because you assume that there is God, because somebody has said there is God. Now, what are the ways of proving this, that there is God? So, we have to attack the question first from the reasoning point of view, that we should be able to tell people that there is God through reason, not through experiencing, because they have to be prepared for it. There will be many who really do not believe in God, but just out of fashion, they are saying, all right, we accept, because they want to keep a peace and a compromise. But how you start about convincing them rationally? Perhaps I spoke in one of my lectures, if you have that. I don't know if you have got it. But we can prove it the existence of God. You may call him God or nature or whatever it is, from many points of view. For example, In short, we can say there are many scientific things we cannot explain. We cannot explain how the periodic laws were established without somebody being there. Periodic laws of chemical substances or the elements that exist on this earth is so regular and so properly plotted down that you can see there must be some plotter. Otherwise, it cannot be done. I mean, if you want to avoid it, you can avoid it, but there must be someone. Say we come in this room and find everything properly organized, lit up, and we should know there must be somebody who has done it. Then a very good example is given by a very good French biologist. He says that if you use law of chance, the law of chance states that if you have got 50 red pebbles and 50 white pebbles put in a jar, and if you shake that jar, it goes into a chaotic condition. And the distribution of these pebbles is in a chaotic way. To bring them back to their normal condition of having the red on one side and the white on the other side, you go on shaking it as many times as you like. And they have found out that there's minimum of minimum so many times it has to be done. Otherwise, it cannot be worked out. This is all done by chance. You see, by chance, when it has to come to normal condition, how many chances you have to take? There's a certain amount of a formula, something raised to power n, call it n. So, as a biologist, he tried to calculate that if matter has to become living, then to get to that density, how many years are required by the law of chance to bring forth a living cell, one cell. And he found out that billions and billions and billions of years, if this law of chance works out, then only one unicellular animal can be created. But in this short time, from when the earth seceded from the sun and then cooled down, and then life came into being, then human beings were created who are very complicated. It is such a short time compared to that time which is required by chance that he has proved mathematically that it is an impossibility, it cannot happen. It is that fantastic. This is a scientific, very good proof of a biologist that there is somebody, a juggler, who is doing that job. You may call him God, you may call him nature, whatever it is, but the nature thinks. People like Jung have proved the existence of collective consciousness, the existence of unconscious, which gives us dreams through which we get universal symbols all over the world, whether we are in India or in England or anywhere. The symbols are the same, and he has done experiments with thousands of people. On the medical science, also, one can say, as you know, that one of the arguments we put in for is that acetylcholine and adrenaline, which are two chemicals, when they are in the body, human body, they act very arbitrarily. Means they have to augment, mean to contract or to relax. Those who relax must relax, and those who have to contract must contract. But those who are supposed to be contracting relax, while those who are supposed to be relaxing contract. So they have not been able to explain, and they have written, all of the doctors, they say that the mode of conduct of these chemicals in the body one cannot say. Another thing is that one of the very, very important arguments that people have given is this, that supposing a foreign body goes inside the human body, then always the tendency is to throw it out as soon as possible. Supposing something goes into your throat, you will cough out. Something goes in the blood, they will try to throw it away. That's the system it is. But when the fetus is formed in the body, then not only it is kept there, it is nurtured, looked after, and thrown out at the right times. How can you explain that? There are 1001 explanations people have tried to give, but none of them are satisfactory. Then this earth is spinning with such a speed, and we are kept glued to this earth, we never even feel the speed. And so many things like that people have been able to say, and so many scientists have felt that there is some force which is beyond us, which is very dynamic, which acts in such dynamic ways that we cannot explain. So we come to a point where we tell people that there is some force which we have to discover. Now, then, as Sahajogis, you can say that this hankering to seek after a certain level of evolution, because some people do not have at all seeking, you know that. They are just seeking food to eat just like animals. Some people are seeking power. Some people are seeking money also. But there are so many people who are seeking something beyond. This seeking has come to us, and this seeking that has come to us has led us to some sort of a path by which we should find out. Now, you have seen with your naked eyes a Kundalini rising at my feet. You have seen the pulsation of the Kundalini taking place. That nobody can do. There is no mesmerism, nothing. When the Kundalini rises with the stethoscope, you can feel the rising of the Kundalini. With the rising of Kundalini, you have known that we have cured people of different diseases. Even a person who was just dying, whom doctor had decided that they are dead and to be buried very soon, have been cured. And it is so dynamic. The dynamism, I'll tell you, it's so dynamic. Like we can take the case of, say, his brother, that he was so very sick, and they said he has got blood cancer, he's going to die within 8 days. I mean, he just told me this, that's all. And he's cured. Today, Linda told me that her mother was always angry with Peter. Where is she gone? Where is she? Linda? So, she told me that the mother would never talk to Peter. She was very angry with him always. She would never talk to him. But she told me all these things. And suddenly she found that now she's become very good and congenial and nice and talking. You have seen such transformations coming among many, many, many people. How people are changing, transforming. This is absolutely dynamic. You cannot do it. So many sick people are suddenly cured only through attention, you know. There must be something about it. And that is how you have to convince people about Sahaja. But after getting realization, you just see the Kundalini, you see the rising of the Kundalini, you also feel the vibrating force of Kundalini. You also see how you got cured, how you got out of your problems, how you were in trouble, what problems you had. You had seen all these things, and these things happened to you also. Some of you were drug addicts, some of you were suffering from some mental troubles, some were having physical problems. All these, you see, are cured, and you are much better people now. This has happened to you very easily without much effort being put into it. It is not possible to get rid of these things easily. Definitely, you can raise the Kundalini, you can feel the Kundalini. You can, you know for definite that when you say that person has got this left Swadhisthana or anything, everybody says the same and you are sure of it. It is not possible for everyone to say the same thing, even the children saying the same thing about a person, and he says also it is verified. So, part of it comes to you in complete proof that there is something about it. Second part also comes to you as a proof because now you know there are vibrations flowing into it. There's no jugglery about it. And then you can feel it very clearly. You have raised the Kundalini of many people. You have given them realization. Even the photograph has given realization. You know for definite it is so. And also you know that if you want to ask any fundamental questions, you get answer as a great flow of vibrations. So when you ask the question, Linda, come along. When you ask the question whether there is God, immediately you get tremendous vibrations proving that there is. You ask some questions
Now please open your eyes, bow down to the Shri Mataji and check the bandhan. Jai Shri Mataji.